Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 or video 2 of Can I Save Their Season, in which we are taking on Spurs. Might just be as bad as United. Slightly better, but only by like 2 points, which I don't know how. I don't know how they could be as bad as United, but anyway, they have a lot of injuries. As you can see, there's 4 of their starting players are out, which ideally these are players I'd have. Bear in mind that for Can I Save Their Season, we go back to the earliest point in January. That's how we do it. In the Premier League, it's the second. For other leagues, it's about 13th. Around that. So, what are we doing here? I think Spurs have a very decent squad. If I was doing a career mode here, I think we'd actually be sorted. However, we're not. I have until May to try turn this season around. They're currently 11th. At one point, they were 14th. Anything. Europe is better. A trophy for Spurs is something. As you can tell from the thumbnail, they have 0 trophies. No trophies, no hope, no future. I'm going to go for a defence midfielder and a striker. I think once we get our centre-backs back, we should be fine, as they're relatively high rated. We only have, and it's not a lot of money, we only have 137 million to spend. I also decided to set it to dollars, or buckaroos, so Postacoglu here, Big Ange, he'll be able to understand the currency a bit better, because, he doesn't like the current funding system that Spurs have with Daniel Levy. Well, thankfully, Daniel Leetard fee. Oh, jeez, that's terrible. Is here instead. So you got some buckaroos to spend, and these are the strikers I'm looking at. I'm thinking Garassi, and I'm thinking Dovbyk. One of them would be quite nice. And then in terms of defensive midfielders, I'm thinking Andrich, Benasser, which I've probably butchered, and Douglas Luiz. Any of them. I just want one striker and one defensive midfielder. I'm going to put in the bids for these guys, and we'll see if that's enough to get the team going. In terms of the actual state of the club, before we actually get into the results, I can see we're 11th. Remember, we were 14th at one point where United are, but United just fell further somehow. What other competitions are we in? We might have been knocked out of everything so far. No, we're still in the FA Cup. We've got the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup against Liverpool. So we could actually win a trophy. That'd be mad. Of course, in real life, they did get knocked out to Liverpool. They lost 4-1 aggregate. We're not in the Champions League, so we don't need to worry about that. We are in the Europa League. We're barely inside that automatic qualification spot, but realistically, we should be fine. Alright, so we've got all competitions. We still have all competitions to be in that we can win. So I'm going to go make some signings, and I'll get back to you once I have them done. Right, so Garassi, unfortunately, we didn't get him. They rejected that offer straight out. Douglas Luiz rejected 40, and Benasser, they rejected 40. So all my 40 million buckaroo bids have all been rejected, which is unfortunate. We are negotiating a contract with Andrich, which will be good. He's like 31 million, and then Dovbyk for 68. So for 2 of them for under 100 mil, we still have 30 mil to spend, which we're not going to. Dovbyk is going to be coming in to lead this line for Spurs because Richarlison is out injured, and Solanke, I don't think he's scored yet since I've taken over. Look, there he is, Big Ange. Look at all that. He's going to be getting paid so many. I don't know what's it's Australian dollars, isn't it? Yeah, buckaroos. Right, 70 million actually. I thought it was 61. No, 70 million. So just over 100 mil we spent. Good. That is a good sign. Right, and Robert Andrich is now joined the club, which means my 2 areas that I wanted to improve have been improved. Now we're just waiting on our players to come back from injury, and this team will be rock solid. If I had started this career mode like from the start in August with the team that I currently have, I really think it would have been a simple top 4. In fact, it should have been a simple top 4 anyway. I don't know how Spurs are mid-table, but at one point relegation rumours, let's say murmurs, I think it's the word I want to use. Anyway, Robert Andrich, sorry, not Robert. Robert Andrich in the squad. So, having a look at the team now, and you see we got Dovbyk up top. It's already looking better. Of course, Richarlison decides that he's making his way back from injury the second I sign a striker. But yeah, that's quite good. Where is he? Yeah, look, he's hiding down the bottom here. That's not where we want you. Right, we'll get rid of Dragosin because he seems to be quite tired. Basuma there. And that's the team. Look at that bench. The bench is decent. It's quite decent. Not starting 11. Once we have everyone back, like no one is below 81 rated. Bentancur is probably the weakest link in this team. To be quite honest with you, this team is very good. Alright, we're going to have a look at the January results here. So we're going to be going over the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and the Europa League as well. So let's have a look here real quick. So in January, we lost Newcastle 4-2. We lost to Liverpool 2-1 at the first leg of the Carabao Cup. Then we beat Notts County 2-1 in the FA Cup. We lost to Arsenal 2-1 in the Premier League. We beat Everton 2-1 in the Prem. That was once I had Dovbyk and Andrick signed. So immediate improvement. Beat Hoffenheim 4-1, drew with Leicester 1-1, and then beat Elfsborg 1-0. So an instant impact from my two signings. And then, of course, we have Liverpool, the second leg of the EFL Cup coming up soon. Just quickly, we're going to go over some of the stats from the team. If the game wants to respond, it seems to not want to respond to some of my controls. So Solanke is the top scorer with 15. Brennan Johnson's second, really? Jesus. I think Song and Kulusevski are winning the assist race there. Okay, that's not too bad. Hopefully Dovbyk will be up there by the end of the season. You know, we'll be doing quite well. In terms of actually who's injured, yeah, just before we go on to the results from February. Udogi's coming back. Oh my god, both centre backs are back. Like, look at that team. That's so much better than what you expect. Udogi being 82, Vicario being 84. I don't know how they're doing as bad as they are. They don't deserve it. Right, anyway, let's get to the results from February and see how well we are doing. Right, we're about to see how we done in February. Now, unfortunately, we did get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. 3-2 aggregate, but we did draw 1-1 in the second leg, so we were very close to bringing that to penalties there if we didn't concede. We then beat Leicester 3-1 in the FA Cup, which United actually played in real life. Then we had United afterwards, and in real life, where Spurs beat United 1-0, somehow this Spurs team lost 3-1 to United, so I'm going to have a look at the league table here to see what's happening. And then we beat Ipswich and drew to Man City. But I think we need to have a look at the standings here for the Premier League, because United might be doing better, and I don't actually see them. United above me. What? Oh my goodness. If only United had 39 points. Like, what the hell? Like, what if they got 27 in real life? After the same amount of games played? Maybe one less. Ridiculous. Anyway, so we're 6 points off United. We should be finishing above United. I think that should be the key for success for Spurs, based off how bad United have been. We're not going to get relegated, though. I think that's very clear. You know, we're 12 points ahead of Ipswich, so we should be fine. It's just getting into those European spots. We're going to need a big push. Alright, we should have all of our players back, which means we should be getting better results. Are we? We do, yeah, everyone's back. Vicario has gone down. He was 84, he's now 83, so that's always the injury taken over. Song's gone down. What the hell? What happened there? Oh, he's 32. Okay, right. Oh, that's not how it works. Udogi's gone down the rate. Jeez, everyone's gone down the rate. What the hell? What's going on, guys? Please. Don't know what's happening there. Right, well, look, anyway, you saw the state of the team there. We're going to see how we do for March. Okay, so we started off bad in March. We started off real bad. We got knocked out of the FA Cup to Birmingham City. Yes, League One, Birmingham City have beaten Spurs in the FA Cup, and I think they go to the semi-final now, or a quarter-final. Can't quite remember. We did trash AZ Alkmaar 7-1 aggregate, which is nice. We drew to Bournemouth 1-1, which isn't a bad result considering how good Bournemouth have been, and then we beat Fulham 3-1, which is again a good result based off how Fulham have played IRL in the Premier League. For April, though, we've got United in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We've got Chelsea, Southampton, Wolves, Nottingham, Liverpool. This isn't a good month. Like this is going to be a dodgy month. I'd say 3 wins here. Total would be great. If we stay in the Europa League, get to another final, that'd be fantastic. I say another final, get to a final would be great. I say another final because last time when I was doing United, I got to do the final of the Europa League. That's what I meant. God, you got to explain yourself properly, Lee. Anyway, we're going to have a look at how the team's performing. Then we're going to have a look at the league. And then we'll go and have a look at April's results, which Heung-min Son and Brennan Johnson are leading the goal scorers. Solanke has fallen down, but that's because he's not playing. Dovbyk, you see, is creeping up the ladder slowly. Hopefully he plays more. Remember, we started off in 11th. We're now 12th. We're going backwards. United are only going up, but I don't know how, because this team is very good. I'm very surprised we're not doing as well as I thought we would have been. I thought we would have been really good. Right, April, I don't want to spoil it on you, so let's have a look instead. Although you can see with your own eyes based off the results. We lost to Chelsea 2-1 in the league, but then we followed that up with a 2-0 win against Southampton. Now remember, guys, I wanted 3 wins in this month, and we got 3. We did lose to United 2-0 in the first leg of Europa League, which Johnny Evans was man of the match. Yes, Johnny Evans. We then drew with Spurs, We are Spurs. We drew at Wolves, in which this point I was like, this month is a bit of a disaster. But then we pull off one of the best comebacks Spurs could possibly do, winning 4-1 or 4-3 on aggregate against United in the semi-finals or the quarterfinals, whatever the fuck quarter stage of the Europa League, to beat United. We then follow up with a 4-1 win against Forest, and then we draw a 0-0 against Liverpool. Brilliant month. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it was quarterfinals that we beat them. Absolutely fantastic there. Again, if you want to check the stats for the squad, I assume it's quite good. Brennan Johnson is your top goal scorer. I don't know what's happening here. Dovbyk is slowly creeping up up towards the scoring charts. He definitely won't be top scorer. Son is best assist, or most assists, sorry. We're only playing Porto in the semi-finals. It's either Athletic Bilbao, Rangers that we're facing the final if we can get past Porto. I'm very impressed with how this is going. In terms of the league, we're up to 10th now, which is now finally an improvement, although 5 points between us and Fulham. I can't believe United are back up to 8th. They're only down on goal difference, really, or head-to-head, I guess that would be. Yeah, and of course, it's Liverpool's to lose. Anyway, for me, I think this is the end of the season. I don't think any of our games will be beyond May. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So we've got Porto for the semi-finals with the Europa League. West Ham, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, and Brighton are all in the Premier League, which, based off the better form that we have and the players, we should be beating them, but let's not get too penisy yet. Right, we're checking the Premier League now. So Liverpool won it, they ran away with it. Arsenal and City were just too far behind. Newcastle not too far behind there, so that's decent for them. Forest fell. United finished 8th, so they didn't do as well as they did under me. I finished 5th with United, but look, it's fine. They tried their best. We didn't finish 9th, guys. But we did finish 10th, which is an improvement by one position on goal difference from where we were at the start on January 2nd when I took over. Of course, there's also the Europa League as well that we need to look at, considering the fact that we got knocked out of every other tournament. So, we ended up beating Porto 3-1 on aggregate in the semi-finals, meaning that we were going to be coming up against Atletico Bilbao, who beat Rangers 3-2 on aggregate in the semis. And ladies and gentlemen, I am very disappointed to say that I won Spurs a trophy. Yes, that's right, Spurs have officially won a trophy for the first time since 2008, which is absolutely mad. But I guess, guys, in order to answer the question, can I save Spurs' season? The answer is yes. Yes, I can. And I can also end the trophy drought while doing it and get them into the Champions League while they finish 10th. And I also improved our squad with Andrik and Dovbyk coming in. Absolute brilliant video, I think. And guys, if you've liked it, well, like the video, of course, if you've enjoyed it as well, feel free to comment the next team that you want me to do. I might already have a couple of these already recorded by then. But, if I haven't done your team yet, then comment it below. You never know, it might be the one that's sitting in the queue waiting to upload, or I haven't even thought about it yet. So remember, it's only the top 5 leagues in Europe, according to FIFA, which is the Premier League, La Liga, the McDonald's League on, Bundesliga, and then the Serie A. Right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next club, which I don't know what club I'm going to be doing. Probably Lyon, we'll find out.